Hello and welcome. Today we will talk about the online consumer behavior in Asia and also about its impact on tourism. I am Raphael Tison and I choose to divide this video in three parts. The first part is the way to access to travel websites. Then we talk about the frequency and time spent on travel websites, to finish by the pattern recognized. And through all of it, we try to answer to the question, what is the pattern through all of it? So let's find out. So the method used and all of the statistics got to use it in this video are from the website MMX multi-platform. So this website is a research website. They use the different data that they got to make research. And all of the population of their study is over 18 years old. The way to access to website for customers in Asia. So as you can see, you have 7 countries: China, India, Japan, Indonesia, Australia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. And as you can see, 6 of those countries, over 30% of their audience, from 33% to 58%, they use the travel website to book their travel. And only for Vietnam, it's 9%. So as you can see, it's not that much compared to the others, to the 6 others. And that's why the online industry is extremely important, because if it represents more than 30%, they need to be online for the companies. And it's also extremely important for them because most of their customers, they search for information about a country, also about booking the hotel, the flight, to make it very simple, also to use the different payments gateway, like using their credit card, etc., all of the different gateways. And that's why this is extremely important for them to get an access to use their website to attract customers, also to make it easy for them and to make it like comfortable, as we can say, for the customers. And for all of those data, as you can see, it's Australia that there is the most important number of customers, because it's like 58% of them that will order something on their website and book the flights, the hotel, etc. through it. And also for China, because China and India, it's important for the travel agencies to be like very convenient for them, because they represent the most highest number of population, the most highest number of visitors. And that's how also they can make money from this, because if it's convenient for Chinese or Indians, they can make a lot of money from this. And then also for Australia, Indonesia, and Japan, because even if there are fewer people compared to India and China, Japanese, Indonesian, and Australian, it's also very important for them to make it convenient, because they represent more than 40%. Like for Japan and Indonesia, it's 41%, and for Australia 58%. So it means that most of the customers from this country, or a lot of customers from those countries, they will book and order their travel from this website, from a website. But it's not that much, like not really popular in Vietnam, because it's only 9%. So that's why most of the travel agencies should be very focused on those six first countries. Then let's talk about the second one, which is about the categories. You have the online ordering, you have also the brick and mortar ordering, like the travel information, ground cruise travel. At this stage, as you can see, it's totally separated by the different kind of industries: hotel, resorts, airline transactions like the normal bus, like this is more related to the transportation. As you can see, like there is a block for the three first one. They're all combined because they represent more than 50 million customers, 50 million visitors. And this is extremely important. And also compared to the one for China, it's also a very high amount of people to book something from this. So as you can see, you have the hotel, airlines, all of those two industries. They need also to provide a lot of information, online information, or to put their flight or hotel reservations to get an access to it, like on booking.com, TripAdvisor, etc., on different kind of websites, because this will help them to be seen and to reach their customer. Then let's talk about the next one. This is more on about the devices that they will use to book a travel for 10 different countries. And as you can see, most of the customers, they will use their mobile phone, or also some other platforms, and less the desktop. So that's why the website should be also very convenient to use it with the mobile phone, because more than 50% or even up to 80% of the customers, whatever country it is, except France and Germany, we can say, but most of the other countries should be very comfortable, like, and very suitable to use it with the mobile phone. Then let's talk about the second part, which is about the frequency and time spent on travel websites. And as you can see on this graph, for each country, there is a special month that most of the customers will be more willing to travel. So as you can see, for Australia, it's January, China, June, India in April, Indonesia also in January, like in Australia, like for the Australian. In Japan, it's July, Malaysia, it's August, Vietnam, it's November. So as you can see, this is maybe more important for the agencies to be focused on each country at a precise moment during the year, because how the customers get the information and how much time they spent on the website. Most important, like they represent the highest amount of customer, and that's why and also they spent even more time compared to the others, but all the others are. So as you can see, the Chinese, they represent the highest amount of time and also the highest amount of visitors, that they spent a lot, even more time than others on their website. It's around 3.4 minutes per visitors. So as you can see, this is all about the time spent on the website. And as you can see, the visits per visitor per month, like for China, is 8. So this is like the highest amount of visitor compared to the other countries. And then I spent around 3.4 minutes. So then you multiply 8 by 3.4, and then you have the time spent of the global visitors during the month, which is 26.9 minutes per visitor. So then we finish about the second part, then we talk about the third part, the last part, and we try to understand the behavior, the special behavior of the customers. The Australian are the one that they spend even more time on it, and they have a lot of heavy customers, like heavy users. And also China and India, the Chinese and Indians. Then let's talk about the content. What is the content that they like to check for the heavy customer, the heavy users? For Australia, they prefer to check the ticketing, the all of the information related to the ticketing. For the Chinese, it's the retail of customer goods. So maybe the online shipping. This is more for online shipping or online getting like all of the different special goods. For Indian, they're more willing to know about the news or the weather. For Indonesian, it's more related to the food. The Japanese about the job search sites, like to search for a job. Malaysian is for news and weather, like the Indians. And for Vietnamese, it's like the Australian. It's also about the ticketing. So then we get to the conclusion of all of it. So for the customers, they of those countries, usually they like to use the mobile phone to check and to search for information and even to book their trip online. Then the important thing is that each period of the year they there is a special type of customer or special origin of customers. There is a special kind of information that each people from each country they're really willing to know more about. So thank you for all of your listening for today. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you learned more about it. See you next time.